He looked around at the empty sky. No alien ships remained. No glowing beams. No dark voices echoed through the air anymore. Only the quiet forest and the sound of his own breathing. But inside his mind, he could feel it. The universe had noticed far beyond Earth. On worlds made of crystal towers, on planets covered in ice and fire. In dimensions where time moved in strange circles. Powerful beings stopped what they were doing and turned their gaze toward a small blue planet called Earth. Some felt fear. Some felt curiosity. Some felt anger, but all of them felt the same thing. A new power had been born. Adam slowly walked through the forest until he reached the edge of the trees, where the moonlight touched the grass. He gently laid the alien princess on the ground and knelt beside her. "You used a lot of energy back there," he said, brushing a lock of glowing hair away from her face. "You need to rest." She smiled faintly. "You speak like a guardian now." He gave a quiet laugh. "I don't even know what I am." She looked up at him with tired but loving eyes. "You are something the universe has never seen before. A human who carries the heart of a guardian and the light of an empress." Adam looked down at his hands again. The golden light beneath his skin was still there, pulsing gently like a heartbeat. "So now what?" he asked, her expression turned serious. "Now, others will come. Not just hunters. There are rulers, warriors, scientists, and kings among the stars. Some will want to follow you. Some will want to kill you. Some will want to use you and you." He asked. She raised her tiny hand toward his chest. "I already chose you." A warm energy ran through him when she touched him. Not the wild, burning power of battle, but something softer, something that felt like a promise. Suddenly, a strange sound came from above. Adam looked up quickly, ready to fight again. But what he saw was not an enemy ship. It was smaller, sleek, made of living light instead of dark metal. It moved slowly, peacefully, and came to rest above the ground several meters away. A beam of soft white light touched the earth. From it stepped a figure, tall and glowing, almost human in shape, but clearly not of this world. Its eyes shone with calm wisdom. It bowed before Adam. "Guardian King," it said respectfully. "We have heard your awakening." Adam frowned slightly. "King, I never asked for a throne. Power does not need permission to exist," the being replied. "It simply is. And now, so are you." The tiny princess stirred beside him, her eyes widening when she saw the visitor. "You," she whispered, double quote, "Yes, little empress." The glowing being said gently, "I am from the final surviving order of light. We believed your bloodline had ended." Her eyes filled with emotion. "I thought we were alone." "The universe is large," it replied. "Even in darkness, light sometimes hides." The being turned to Adam again. "You have broken an ancient cycle. The hunters are gone, but that does not mean peace has come. You have created a new balance. And with balance comes responsibility." Adam slowly stood up, still holding the tiny princess carefully in one arm. "What are you saying?" he asked. "There is a council beyond the stars," the being explained. "They will not ignore what you have become. They will test you, judge you, and decide whether you are the universe's greatest hope or its greatest danger." Adam lifted his chin, calm but unafraid. "Then they can come and look me in the eye themselves." The glowing being studied him for a long moment. Then it smiled. "They will," it said. Sooner than you think, the light around the visitor began to fade as it stepped back into its beam. The small ship lifted slowly off the ground, rising into the night sky before disappearing like a falling star in reverse. Silence returned again. Adam looked down at the tiny princess. "You weren't kidding, were you?" he said softly. My life is never going to be normal again." She smiled, resting her head against his chest. "It was never meant to be normal," she whispered. "It was meant to be legendary." Above them, the stars began to glow, brighter than ever before, and in the deepest corner of the universe, something ancient, older than light itself, finally opened its eyes. And it whispered one name: Adam. The night sky above the forest shimmered in an unnatural way, as if someone had brushed a hand across the stars. They no longer looked like distant lights. They looked closer, aware. Watching Adam stood still, holding the tiny alien princess, feeling the low hum of energy move through the air and into his body. The golden light under his skin pulsed softly, in rhythm with her faint glow. Something was reaching for him, not with hands. "With presence, do you feel that?" he asked quietly. "Yes," the girl whispered, her voice weak but steady. "They are calling you to them." "Who is they?" Adam asked. She slowly lifted her glowing finger toward the sky. "The Cosmic Council, Act." That moment, the stars above them shifted. A circle formed in space. A ring of bright white light, spinning slowly like a doorway made of living energy. The forest wind became strong again, bending trees toward the portal as if the planet itself was bowing. Adam stepped back instinctively. The ring expanded, opening wider and wider until the night sky itself seemed torn apart. On the other side was not darkness, but a vast chamber of light and shadow mixed together. Massive figures floated within it, some shaped like creatures, some like storms, some like pure consciousness wrapped in light. A deep, layered voice filled the forest. "Human, known as Adam, you have been summoned." The trees stopped moving. The air froze. Adam felt no fear now, only a strange calm. Summoned for what? He asked, his voice echoing with unexpected power. To be judged. The tiny princess tightened her grip on his hand. "They are older than time itself," she whispered. "Be careful. They have ended civilizations for less." One of the cosmic figures came forward. It was enormous, shaped like a cloaked being made of stars, its face hidden inside swirling galaxies. "You interfered with universal law," it said. "You destroyed a hunting order older than your planet. You absorbed forbidden power. Why should you be allowed to exist?" Adam looked straight into the swirling darkness. "Because I chose kindness when I could have chosen fear," he answered. "I chose to protect something small and helpless. If that breaks your law, then maybe your law is broken." A low, rumbling sound echoed through the chamber. Some of the figures turned toward each other, exchanging silent thoughts. Another being moved forward, made of pure golden light, shining, warm, familiar. "He speaks like a guardian, but with the soul of a human," it said. The tiny princess lifted her head proudly. "He did not steal power," she cried out. "I gave it to him. With my own will. Because he saved me." Everything grew quiet. Then, a new presence arrived. The portal darkened slightly. The air grew cold from the far side of the circle. A shadow moved, a shape that did not belong to light. It looked like a tear in reality. A living void. Adam felt a sudden chill crawl up his spine. So this is the one they are afraid of. The shadow spoke, its voice like whispers from a grave. The human king of light. The cosmic beings stirred uncomfortably. "Who is that?" Adam asked quietly. The small princess trembled. "That," she whispered, "is the first darkness. The one even the council fears." The shadow shaped itself into a tall, thin figure with glowing eyes of deep blue fire. "I was here long before their council," it said, "and I will be here when their light burns out. You, Adam, stand on the line between everything." It extended a long, smoke-like hand. "Join me. Together, we could end the chaos of the universe. Adam looked down at the tiny girl in his arms. He remembered her fear in the bushes, her soft voice, her trust. "I don't want to end the universe," he said calmly. "I want to protect it." The shadow tilted its head, amused. "Then you and I are enemies." Suddenly, the sky above the forest split open wider. Dark cracks spread across the stars like shattered glass. A cold force rushed through the trees. The council figures glowed brighter in response. "The balance is breaking," one of them warned. "The first darkness has returned." Because of him, its shadow laughed softly. "No. I returned because I felt something worthy of my attention." Its eyes locked onto Adam. "If you want to stay in this universe, Guardian King, then prove that you deserve it." The shadow raised its hand. The ground beneath Adam disappeared. He and the tiny princess were pulled upward into the portal, the world, the forest. Earth all vanished. They were thrown into a realm made of stars, memories, and nightmares. A test had begun, and only one truth echoed through the dark. Infinite space. If Adam fails, not only he will be erased, but the Earth will be forgotten too. He stepped forward, every step shaking the ground. The ancient machines around the platform woke completely now. They hummed, glowed, and spun as if alive. Suddenly, a figure appeared inside the beam of light. It was taller than all the others. Its form was made of dark metal and red fire, floating in the air. Eyes burning like twin suns. "The guardian of a dying world," the being said. "How interesting. You are no longer fully human. And yet you are still nothing." A pressure crushed down on Adam from every side. The trees bent. The earth cracked. The sky seemed to push down on him. He dropped to one knee. The princess cried out, grabbing his arm. "Fight it. You are stronger than you believe." He closed his eyes for a moment, feeling her small hands against him. "You are not alone." Her mind whispered into his. He thought of the moment he first found her, cold and shaking in the bushes. He remembered the fear in her eyes, and the hope. He remembered choosing to protect her, even when he didn't understand what she was. Slowly, he stood up again. Light erupted from his body in a massive wave, throwing the invisible pressure away. The ground stopped cracking. The trees straightened. He looked up at the dark being. "You think I'm protecting a world you want to destroy?" He said, "No. I am protecting a life that chose to trust me." The being raised its hand. A blade of red energy formed, sharp as space itself, and it rushed down toward Adam's heart. Before Adam could move, the princess stepped in front of him. "No." She cried out. A shield of pure silver light exploded from her tiny body, crashing against the red blade. The sky filled with the sound of breaking worlds. She fell to her knees. "Stop it." Adam shouted, catching her before she hit the ground. "Don't use that power." Her light flickered faintly. "If you fall, everything falls. I will not let them take you." Rage burned inside Adam's chest, a kind of anger he had never known before. It was not hate, it was love, twisted into a weapon against darkness. He stood, holding the princess in one arm, lifting his other hand toward the sky. "You want power," he roared. "Feel what a human heart can do." The guardian core beneath his feet exploded with ancient energy. Beams of light shot out of the earth, striking the massive alien ship. The beam draining Earth was broken. The ship screamed, metal splitting, systems failing. The sky lit up as smaller ships exploded like falling stars. For the first time, the hunters were losing. Inside the massive ship, the dark being looked at Adam with sudden uncertainty. "You are becoming something we cannot control," it said. "That was your first mistake," Adam answered. thinking I was meant to be controlled at all. But then, something changed. The dark being smiled. "And this was your last mistake." It replied. Another force appeared, behind Adam, silent, invisible, cold. Too late. He sensed it. A second massive blade pierced through his back. The light in his body flickered. The world blurred. "Adam!" The princess screamed. His hands shook. Blood, human and glowing, fell to the ground. The earth trembled in pain as if it felt his wound. To dot the dark being laughed. "You forgot. We never fight alone." Adam fell to one knee again, struggling to breathe. The princess grabbed his face, her eyes glowing brighter than ever. "You cannot die," she whispered desperately. "Not yet. Not now." Her small hands pressed against his wound, and for the first time since her people had fallen, she unlocked the forbidden power. A golden light burst from her. Swallowing them both, the ancient machines shattered. The forest disappeared. The sky vanished. And Adam saw something impossible. A vision of a world reborn, and a throne of light waiting for both of them. Everything was light. Adam could not feel the ground beneath his feet. He could not feel the pain in his back anymore. He could not even feel his own body. He was floating in a golden space that had no sky, no earth, no time. Only endless brightness and silence in front of him. The tiny alien princess stood, but she was not tiny anymore. She was taller now, glowing from head to toe, her body formed of pure silver and gold light. Long waves of shining energy flowed behind her like wings made of stars. Her eyes were not frightened anymore. They held the calm power of a queen. "Where are we?" Adam whispered, though he was not sure if he had a mouth. "You are between life and death," she said gently. "And I am between who I was and who I was meant to become." Adam looked at his chest. There was no wound here. There was no blood. Only a glowing mark right over his heart, the symbol of the guardian core. "Did I die?" he asked quietly. "No," she answered. "But you were close. And the only way to save you was to break the last law of my people." Her expression turned sad and proud at the same time. "I used the forbidden power." Adam felt a wave of emotion rush through him. "What did you do?" She placed her glowing hand on his chest. "I gave you part of my true essence, not as a princess, but as the last empress of light." The golden world around them shifted, showing visions. He saw billions of stars being born. He saw galaxies forming in spirals of color. He saw her people, tall, glowing beings protecting worlds, healing planets, balancing life and destruction throughout the universe. They were guardians before humans even existed, she said. And now, they are gone because of the hunters. Adam asked, double quotes, "Yes, and because of fear," she replied. "Some believed power should be owned. Others believed it should be destroyed. My family died protecting it." She looked directly into his eyes. "I gave that power to you instead." Felt the weight of those words. "You gave me something your own people died for. Gave it to the only being who offered me love without knowing who I was," she said. "Not because I was powerful, but because I was alone." A deep silence filled the glowing space. Then, far away, he heard the echo again, the dark voice that had tried to kill him. "It changes nothing," the voice boomed. "When you return, the war will continue." The light around them cracked for a moment, showing the forest, the burning ground, the shattered ships, and the dark figure still standing over their motionless bodies. "They are still there," Adam said. "Yes," she nodded. "This vision will end. And when it does, you will wake as something new." "No longer a guardian, then what will I be?" he asked. She smiled softly. "You will be a living bridge between worlds." Suddenly, a sharp pain returned to his chest. The light around him began to fade. "Listen carefully," she whispered, her voice growing distant. "When you wake, you will no longer be bound by human limits. The Earth's energy will flow through you, and mine will too. But that power has a price," she continued. "From this moment on, the universe will see you as a threat." And as a king, Adam felt himself falling. "King," he whispered as the world shattered around him. "Yes," her fading voice answered. "Not of Earth, not of my people, but of choice itself." Suddenly, he inhaled sharply. Air rushed into his lungs. Pain exploded through his body. Adam opened his eyes. He was back in the forest. The massive alien ship still hung above, cracked and burning, but not yet destroyed. The dark being stood frozen in the air, staring at Adam with shock, real fear for the first time. The tiny alien princess lay in Adam's arms again, small and fragile once more. But her light was now mixed with golden fire. "You changed him." The dark being hissed. Adam slowly stood up. The ground did not just shake. It bowed. Trees leaned toward him as if greeting a ruler. The sky above parted around his body. A circle of golden light formed beneath his feet, spreading across the forest floor for miles. He looked down at his hands. They glowed like newborn suns. "You wanted power," Adam said calmly, his voice now layered with something ancient and deep. "You should have been careful what you awakened." He lifted one hand toward the massive ship. The air screamed. Space bent. The ship was crushed inward by an invisible force, twisted like paper, then thrown into the sky, exploding in silent fire. The dark being tried to escape, but Adam's eyes locked onto it. "No more running," he said. The being was pulled toward him, trapped, unable to move. "You hunted a child," Adam continued. "You destroyed worlds. Now you face something you do not understand." He opened his hand, blinding. White light swallowed the dark being whole, and it vanished, not destroyed, erased. The sky slowly cleared. Silence returned to the world, but now it was peaceful. Adam looked down at the princess. She was unconscious, her light faint but alive. "Stay with me," he whispered. Her eyes fluttered open just a little. "I am with you. Always," she murmured, far above the earth. Across distant galaxies, powerful eyes opened. They had felt the change. They had felt him, and they were coming, because the universe had just found its most dangerous new legend, a human who dared to love an alien. The flames that had once devoured trees and earth were gone, leaving only smoke drifting slowly into the night sky. Broken branches lay scattered everywhere, and deep marks in the ground showed where the alien ship had hovered and where the final battle had taken place. Yet in the center of it all, a strange peace had settled over the land. Adam stood quietly, the tiny alien princess in his arms. She was light again, small and fragile, like when he first found her. But there was something different now. A soft golden glow mixed with her usual silver light, like the sunrise wrapped in moonlight. "You did it," she whispered weakly. "No," Adam said softly. "We did it." She placed her tiny glowing hand on the symbols. The ground trembled slowly. The metal door slid open, revealing a dark tunnel that led deep below the earth. Cool air rushed out, carrying the scent of metal and something ancient. Adam looked once at the sky. A beam of light was scanning the land only a few hundred feet away. "No time to think," he said, and stepped inside the tunnel with her in his arms. The door slid shut behind them. Darkness swallowed them. Then, soft blue lights began to glow along the walls, lighting a hidden underground chamber. The walls were smooth, silver, and covered with alien writing. Strange machines sat in corners covered by dust like they had not been touched for centuries. Adam's mouth fell open. This place. It's real. It was built for someone like me, she said, but it was never meant to be found again. He gently set her down on a flat, stone-like surface in the center of the room. Are we safe? He asked quietly. For now, she nodded. But they will not stop. They want the power inside me. And now inside you too. A chill ran through Adam's body. Inside me. She looked at him carefully. The moment you touched me with kindness, our energies connected. My people only link to those who are pure of heart. You are now more than human. Adam stared at his hands. For a moment, faint light flickered through the lines of his palms. What does that mean for me? He whispered. It means you can protect me, she said. And one day, you might protect more than just me. He sat down in front of her. You're talking like the world is in danger. Her expression turned serious. It is. Suddenly, a deep vibration passed through the walls. The machines around the room flickered. As if something massive had just landed on the surface. They found the shelter. She said in a frightened voice. Adam stood up quickly. But they can't open it, right? I don't know, she answered. This place was built to keep beings like them out. But they have grown stronger over the centuries. A loud boom echoed above them. Dust fell from the ceiling. Another boom. Closer this time, they are trying to break in. Adam muttered. The alien girl's body began to glow brighter. If they break this door, everything ends, she said. There is one thing we can do. But it is dangerous for you. What? He asked without hesitation. I can unlock more of your power, she said. Enough to fight them. But it will bind your life to mine forever. If I die, you also die. Silence filled the chamber. Adam didn't even think twice. Do it, he said firmly. You saved me the moment I found you. Now it's my turn. Her eyes filled with light. She placed both hands on his chest, right over his heart. A wave of energy burst through him, brighter and hotter than fire. He cried out in pain and power at the same time. Visions filled his mind. Distant stars, destroyed worlds, alien cities, and glowing beings made of pure light. You are no longer just human. Her voice echoed in his mind. You are a guardian now. Above them, the metal door started to crack. A dark voice thundered through the ground. Give us the child, or your world will burn. Adam stood tall, his body now glowing with blue and white power, the same light as the tiny alien girl beside him. He looked up at the ceiling and whispered, Then I will burn with it. Before I let you touch her. The ground shook violently as the door finally began to split open. And above them, the war for Earth had just begun. The underground chamber trembled, like it was about to tear apart. Cracks spread across the metal ceiling, and pieces of dust and stone fell to the ground. The ancient door above them screamed as powerful hands tried to force it open from the other side. That deep, cold voice echoed once more, shaking the walls. Human, you do not understand what you are protecting. Adam stood in front of the tiny alien girl, his body glowing like a living star. Power rushed through his veins, wild and burning, but also warm, calm, controlled. It felt as if the earth itself was standing with him. I understand enough, he said through clenched teeth. You're not taking her. The girl looked up at him, her silver eyes filled with both fear and trust. Your heart is stronger than their weapons, she whispered. A giant crack split the door open, with a violent explosion. The metal broke apart, and 3 dark figures stepped down into the chamber. They were taller than before, their bodies wrapped in black armor that seemed to swallow all light. Red energy pulsed from their chests like beating hearts. "Give us the child," the leader commanded. "She is not meant for this world. She belongs to power, not mercy." Adam felt rage rise inside him. She belongs where she is loved. One of the hunters raised his hand. A sharp beam of red energy shot toward Adam like lightning. It hit his chest, but instead of burning him, it turned into light and vanished. A bright shield formed around his body. Adam looked at his hands in surprise. He had blocked it. Without even trying, the Guardian has awakened. One of them hissed, before they could strike again. Adam lifted his hand. A wave of blue energy exploded from his palm, slamming into the intruders and throwing them against the wall. The ancient machines sparked and lit up all at once, as if they were waking after a long sleep. Alarms, alien, strange, ancient, filled the chamber with echoing sounds. The tiny alien girl closed her eyes. "This place remembers you now. It has chosen you too." Suddenly, the walls opened, revealing hidden paths and glowing symbols. The floor moved, lifting Adam and the girl onto a raised platform in the center. "What is happening?" Adam asked. "This shelter is not just a hiding place," she said softly. "It is a guardian core. It was built to find someone like you." Above them, more ships arrived. Dark shadows passed over the forest as the sky filled with enemy forces. "They are gathering an army," she said. "They want to destroy this planet before they lose control of me." Adam's jaw tightened. "Then they'll have to go through me first." He looked down at the tiny alien beside him. Her glow suddenly grew brighter than ever before. Lines of pure light formed a circle around her and around Adam. "There is something else I have not told you," she said. "What now?" he asked. Her voice became softer. "I am not just a lost child. I am the last princess of my kind." Adam froze. "A princess." "My people were guardians of balance between worlds," she explained. "But the hunters betrayed us. They slaughtered my family. I escaped because my mother sent me away." Her eyes filled with light and pain. "They do not want me because I am small. They want me because I am the key to rebuilding or destroying entire galaxies." Adam slowly went down to one knee in front of her. "Then, Your Highness, I think you chose the wrong world to hide in," he said, with a gentle, brave smile. She smiled back. Even in the middle of fear, above them, the ceiling exploded open and moonlight poured into the chamber. More hunters dropped down, dozens of them this time, surrounding the platform. "End this," their leader roared. Adam rose to his full height, his body shining now like a star born in human skin. He raised both hands to the sky. The earth answered. The ground shook. Roots burst through the floor like massive snakes, wrapping around the enemies, pulling them down. Light blasted from the trees above, striking ships in the sky. For the first time, the hunters felt fear. "You were right." The princess whispered in awe. "Earth has chosen you." Adam looked at the chaos above them, the burning ships, the shaking sky, the bending earth. "No," he said. "We chose each other." Suddenly, a massive shadow covered the moon. The largest alien ship anyone had ever seen lowered itself above the forest. It was miles wide, blocking the stars, darkening the world. A voice echoed from it, ancient, powerful, and furious. "Guardian, bring us the child, or we will erase your planet from existence." Adam held the tiny princess closer. Then he spoke the boldest words of his life. "Then come and try to take her." Above him, the sky split with lightning as Earth itself prepared for war, and deep within the great alien ship, something ancient had just awakened. The forest went quiet. Not a peaceful kind of quiet, a terrifying, empty silence, like the whole world was holding its breath. The massive alien ship hung above the trees, blocking out the moon and stars. Its dark surface curved across the sky like a second. Artificial night. Even the wind stopped moving. Adam stood on the raised platform of the ancient Guardian Core, holding the tiny alien princess close to his chest. Her light touched his skin, warm and steady, but he could feel her fear through the bond they shared. "They are preparing something," she whispered. "A final weapon." Adam looked up at the enormous shadow above them. "Let them," he said quietly. "I'm still here." The ground beneath his feet began to glow, lines of ancient symbols lighting up in response to his presence. He could feel the earth beneath him, the soil, the roots, the stone, the deep sleeping energy of the planet. It was listening to him now. It recognized him. The enormous ship suddenly opened at its center. A deep, red light poured down, forming a massive beam that connected the sky and the earth. The air burned. Leaves burst into flames. Trees turned to ash in seconds. "They are draining the planet's energy," the princess cried. "If they finish, Earth will die." Adam clenched his fists. His body flared with white-blue light brighter than ever before. Power rushed through him, wild and overwhelming. "Then I won't let them finish." The night was cold and silent, and the wind moved slowly between the trees like it was afraid of making a sound. Adam walked alone along the empty road near the forest, his hands in his jacket pockets. He had just finished a long day of work and only wanted to get home, eat something, and sleep. The world felt normal, quiet, and completely ordinary. Then he heard a strange sound. It was not a human voice, and it was not the sound of an animal either. It was soft, weak, and filled with fear. Adam stopped walking and listened again. The sound came from the dark bushes beside the road. "Hello," he called out carefully. There was no answer, only the same soft cry. His heart started beating faster. Slowly, he walked closer to the bushes and pushed the branches aside. What he saw made his breath stop. There, lying on the ground, was a tiny creature. She was not bigger than a small child. Her skin shimmered with a pale blue color that faintly glowed in the darkness. Her eyes were large and silver, reflecting the moonlight. She looked hurt, weak, and scared. She was an alien. Adam wanted to run. Everything inside him told him this was impossible. Aliens didn't exist. Things like this belonged in movies, not in real life. But when the tiny alien girl looked up at him, fear in her wide eyes, something in his heart changed. She was not a monster. She was a frightened child. "I won't hurt you," he whispered. Even though he wasn't sure she could understand his words, the little alien tried to move, but cried out in pain. Her small arm was scratched, and there were burn marks on her leg, like she had fallen from very high or been in an explosion. Adam looked around, expecting to see aliens chasing her, a crashed spaceship or flashing lights in the sky, but there was nothing. Just quiet trees and the dark road. Without thinking any longer, he took off his jacket and wrapped it gently around her. "It's okay," he said softly. "You're safe now." He carefully lifted her in his arms. She was light, almost like holding a bundle of leaves. Her tiny hand closed around his finger, and suddenly, a warm feeling passed through his body, starting from his hand and moving to his chest. Adam froze. For a moment, the world around him seemed to slow down. The air became still. The stars above shined brighter, and a strange calm filled his mind. He could feel her emotions, fear, pain, but also a tiny spark of hope. "How is this possible?" he whispered. He realized then she was not an ordinary alien. Something powerful was hidden inside her. He carried her home, holding her close to keep her warm. Every step felt heavier, not because of her weight, but because of the strange feeling growing inside him. It was like his mind was opening to something new. something far beyond human understanding. When he reached his small house, he locked the door and placed her carefully on the couch. She looked around the room with curiosity and fear. "It's okay," he said again, bringing water and a clean cloth. He gently cleaned the dirt and blood from her wounds. As his hand touched her skin, a faint glow spread from the place he touched, and the wounds slowly began to close. Adam's eyes widened. Did I do that?" he murmured. The alien girl looked at him and slowly nodded. Then, for the first time, she spoke. Her voice was soft, like music carried on the wind. "You helped me. Now, I am linked to you." "What does that mean?" he asked. Shocked, she placed her tiny glowing hand on his chest. "It means your life will change forever." Outside, in the far distance, a strange light flashed in the sky, quick and silent. Someone, or something, was looking for her, and Adam had no idea that saving one tiny alien girl had just pulled him into a secret that could change the fate of 2 worlds. Adam did not sleep that night. He sat on the floor beside the couch, watching the tiny alien girl breathe. Her chest moved slowly up and down, very faint but steady. The soft blue glow on her skin was dimmer now, yet it still lit up the dark room with a strange, magical light. Every time she moved, the air around her seemed to shimmer. Outside, the wind howled like a warning. The flash of light Adam had seen in the distance kept returning to his mind. Someone was searching. He was sure of it. He stood up slowly and went to the window. The sky was dark, filled with heavy clouds, hiding the stars. Everything looked normal now, but he felt that it was not. Behind him, he suddenly heard a soft voice. "They are coming." Adam turned around quickly. The tiny alien girl was awake. She was sitting up, her large silver eyes shining with fear. "Who is coming?" Adam asked gently. "The hunters," she whispered. "They want me. They want my power." Adam swallowed hard. "What power? You said we were linked. What does that mean?" The girl looked down at her hands. A faint light glowed from her fingertips. "I was born with a gift," she said softly. "I can change energy. I can heal. And I can open paths between worlds." Adam stared at her. "Between worlds," she nodded slowly. "My people were afraid of me. Others wanted to use me as a weapon, so I ran. I escaped. But they never stopped hunting me." A deep, low sound suddenly filled the air outside. It was not thunder. It was stronger, heavier, almost like the sky itself was being torn open. The lights in Adam's house flickered. "Get down," he shouted. The windows rattled as a loud beam of light cut through the clouds and painted a circle on the ground outside his house. The earth trembled under his feet. "They found me," she cried, without thinking. Adam rushed forward and pulled the curtains shut. He grabbed the little alien girl and held her close. "She's not going anywhere," he whispered to himself, though his hands were shaking. The air inside the house suddenly felt thick, as if the room was underwater. Then a shadow moved across the wall. Something not human stood outside his front door. A deep, cold voice echoed through the night. "Human, give us the child." Adam's blood ran cold. "No," he said under his breath. The alien girl clung to him, her body glowing brighter with fear. The strange connection between them grew stronger. Adam could feel her thoughts now, broken images of metal ships, cold cages, and dark figures with glowing red eyes. "She will suffer if you hide her," the voice continued. "Oh, she does not belong to your world." Adam stepped closer to the door, his heart racing. "She belongs where she is safe," he shouted back. For a moment, there was silence. Then the door burst open with a loud crash. 2 tall figures stepped inside the house. They were not shaped like humans. Their bodies were long and dark, their faces hidden behind shiny black masks. Their eyes glowed red. "Move aside," one of them said. Adam felt the little girl's hand tighten around his. Suddenly, a burning heat rushed through his body. It was the same feeling as before, only stronger this time. His veins felt like they were filled with pure light. The alien girl gasped, You are awakening." Before Adam could even ask what that meant, a blinding flash exploded from his hands. A wave of energy rushed toward the intruders, throwing them backward into the wall. They crashed with a loud metallic sound. Adam fell to his knees, shocked. "I did that," he whispered. The alien girl looked at him with wide eyes, not afraid, but amazed. "Our link made you stronger," she said. "Your kindness unlocked something inside me, and inside you too." Outside, more lights appeared in the sky. Dark ships moved silently through the clouds like hungry shadows. "They will send more," she warned. "Many more." Adam looked around his broken home, then down at the tiny alien girl in his arms. Then he made a choice. "Then we don't stay here," he said firmly. "We run. I don't care what they are. I don't care where you came from. I'm not giving you back to monsters." For the first time, the alien girl smiled. A small, gentle smile filled with hope. "No human has ever protected me before," she whispered. Adam returned the smile, even though fear still filled his heart. "Then I'll be the first." Far above them, in the dark sky, the largest ship of all slowly turned toward the Earth, and inside it, something ancient, something powerful, had just realized that a human and a tiny alien girl had created a bond that could not be broken, a bond that could change the fate of the entire universe. The forest was dark and silent as Adam ran through it, branches scratching his face and thorns tearing at his clothes. He did not care. All he cared about was the tiny alien girl in his arms. She held on to him tightly, her glowing skin lighting the path just enough for him to see where to step. Behind them, the sky burned with strange lights. Alien ships hovered above the trees, moving slowly, searching like hungry eyes, looking for their lost treasure. "They're getting closer," she whispered. Adam's chest burned as he ran. "We can't outrun flying ships," he gasped. "There has to be somewhere to hide." The alien girl closed her eyes for a moment, as if listening to something far away. Then she lifted her small hand and pointed. "There," she said softly. "The ground remembers. Follow me." Adam didn't understand, but he trusted her. They reached a large old tree with roots that twisted like giant snakes. At its base was a thick layer of dead leaves and broken branches. The alien girl pointed to the ground again. "Move it," she whispered. Adam quickly pulled the leaves and dirt aside. Beneath it, he saw something that did not belong to nature, a round metal door buried in the earth. Strange symbols glowed faintly on its surface. A door! Adam murmured in shock. "How is this here?" "My people came long before," she said. "This is an old shelter, a forgotten place. Only those with my energy can open it."